guys, it's Teenage DC Fan back with another video. And Batwoman took a week off. I mean, perhaps to have an awkward Kane family Thanksgiving. Maybe. Probably not, because, I mean, things are tense in the family right now. But anyway, she's back this week, and all the attention is on Alice as she puts her big plan into motion. Because she's out for revenge, and she will see it realized as one perfect shot takes down an entire family. But what exactly will she do now? Warning, from here on out, spoilers ahead for Season 1, Episode 8 of Batwoman, Mad Tea Party. Or a Mad Tea Party, yeah. So this week is all about choices. Mostly Katherine's choices, but also Jacob's and Alice's, and even Kate's and Sophie's. You see, Alice has decided that all of her troubles started when Katherine Hamilton Kane made a choice 15 years earlier to lie to Jacob about some bone fragments and some DNA to, in her mind, spare a man and his daughter the pain of false hope. That choice made, Jacob then made a choice of his own to stop looking for his missing daughter, Beth, and even as he was within inches of finding her. So as a result, Beth grew up caged and abused and so retreated from the world and isolated, she became Alice. And now Alice is all grown up, and she's having a tea party that will end in a disaster. Now, I have to admit, one of the things I respect about Alice as a villain is that her operation, at least so far, has been a scalpel rather than a nuclear bomb. Alice may have arrived in Gotham with a bang, but that arrival and the theatrics she has otherwise performed were always about causing her father and stepmother as much pain and torment as she could. After all, they were responsible for making her into what she is, for not continuing the search and rescue efforts when she first went missing, for lying. Every move Alice has made since arriving in Gotham has been targeted at her singular goal. She isn't here to rule the world or even Gotham. She's here for a specific kind of revenge, and this week she finally got it, or at least started to, because this is the mid-season finale, so we're only halfway through the season. And honestly, it feels weird to say that, because it feels like these shows just started a couple weeks ago. And honestly, they did 8 weeks ago. 9 weeks ago. So, yeah. 8 or 9 weeks ago, yeah. So anyway, Katherine Hamilton Kane, the woman whose actions ended the search that may have saved Beth's life, is dead. That's right. It was slow. It was painful. It was in front of her daughter. It was in exchange for her daughter, though. Katherine died of a poison delivered by a woman she thought was dead, and a man she thought was her husband, on a night where she was being congratulated for all the good things she's done. Then she was forced into delivering a speech in which she decried her own company's role in arming the criminals who ravaged the streets of the city she was supposedly saving, and highlight the way her family has profited on both ends of that crime. And this reminded me of Smallville because, like I've mentioned in my videos before, I haven't seen the whole series before, so like last year I started watching it, and I'm almost done with the series. I'm on the final season. But anyway, in Season 9, which I just watched a couple weeks ago, there was an episode where Oliver Queen was at some kind of ceremony accepting an award, and he was reading the speech off the podium thing. And then it got corrupted by Toyman, and he changed it so Oliver Queen had to say what Toyman wanted him to, because he was standing on a pressure plate, and if he didn't say what he wanted him to, then kaboom. But anyway, let's see. So on a night when Katherine was being honored as a beacon of kindness and humanitarianism, I don't know. Katherine Hamilton Kane died a villain. Of course, that was only in public. In private, Catherine admitted to Alice her own regrets stemming from the faked DNA results that caused Jacob to call off the search. She also made what was probably a simple decision for her, but a gutting one for her daughter when, faced with only a single dose of antidote to save them both, she forced Mary to save herself and let her go. In watching her final moments, I was saddened at the fact that we had gotten to know and care about Catherine so little over the course of the first 8 episodes, as it may have made the whole thing more powerful. I was glad, however, that we at least got to know and care about Mary, because her whole world came crashing down this week, and now we have to watch her try to rebuild. So Alice's plan was basically perfect. She killed the woman she blamed the most for her lot in life in the most poetic style she could imagine, in front of her daughter, thus mirroring the events of her tragic car accident that changed her own life, where she watched her own mother's severed head float down the river right next to her. So, good times. But at the same time, she used Mouse to frame her father for Katherines' death, taking away his wife for the second time and his freedom in one fell swoop. She also, whether intentionally or as fortunate circumstance of events, took away Kate's entire family once again, as Mary no longer wants anything to do with Kate, blaming her in some ways for giving Alice so many chances to reform. What comes next for everyone is very much up in the air. Alice is still free, having carried out her tea party, and whether she has loftier goals than that remains to be seen. Jacob is not, though. With this latest action on her part, Alice has turned both him and Kate entirely against her. The Canes are out for blood, and they don't seem to care as much anymore that they share that blood themselves. Someone will have to take over Hamilton dynamics, and after Catherine's speech at the gala, I can't help but wonder if the new CEO, and by extension the show as a whole, might attempt to address the broader social issues of crime in Gotham. It's a story they've been toying with since the start, and with the heads of both Hamilton and the Crows down for the count, it's a perfect time for a shift. Now, speaking of shifts, Crisis looms, and it is guaranteed to force major changes across all of the Arrowverse series. With the way this episode ended, I will not be shocked if Crisis ends in a small time jump in addition to its collision of universes. So, on that note, the 5-part Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover takes over the whole Arrowverse, starting with next week's regularly scheduled Batwoman episode. And Crisis has begun, and I can't wait. So I am going to be doing reviews for each and every single part of it, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, what did you guys think about this episode? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video so I can bestow all my DC knowledge upon you.